This is
Hi.
a quick interview to say hello and to find out more about you. I'm Jennifer. I am the founder of the Academy of Modern Celebrancy, and it is a right pleasure to speak to Julie after completing her AMC certification in wedding celebrancy. So Julie, can you let us know what you were doing before and why you decided to train as a celebrant?
Okay, so I've had a 30-year career in education. I started out as a primary school teacher. I progressed to an English teacher at secondary school, and I went on to go into senior leadership. So I ended up being a head teacher, both in the UK and in international schools. And I'm getting tired of the education system. I really think it's quite important to educate kids about life and the rites of passage and the important things. And I think sometimes the education system's gone a little bit down a wrong track. So I was really looking for something very different. First of all, I officiated at my son's wedding. He got married in September last year. That was completely unofficial, just one of those things. But I also officiated at my mum's funeral a couple of years ago. And that was the first time that I'd really come across the idea of celebrancy. Obviously coupled with my love of writing and English, my love of people, and obviously then the love of celebration and joy, that was the reason why I started to look into it.
Yeah, so you had that experience before and obviously blossomed there doing those ceremonies and really enjoying them, and then you've got that background already of creative writing. And I know from all of the workbooks that you completed and the ceremony that you completed during your course, your creative writing skills are incredible. So everything combined, you've got the perfect recipe for celebrancy. So what are you hoping for now going forward? So what's your plans going forward and your goals going forward with your celebrant business? I know you've got some ideas combining your business, haven't you, with a venue?
Yeah. So obviously we won't mention the coronavirus too often, but it's had an impact on things because it just slowed things down, or at least kind of put a little bit of a damper on it, because I was on a roll. So the plan was to actually open up a venue where I could actually operate from my own premises.
Yeah.
In the 2 weeks prior to lockdown, I started on a huge business plan, together a proposal, for a business loan, essentially. I'd found premises. And I was actually going to run the celebrancy business alongside the wedding venue called La Tansany, which is
beautiful.
That's just on hold for the moment until further notice, although I do have the potential loan available. So in the meantime, the real key idea is actually to set up the business for the celebrancy. So with your help, expert help, I have to say. I have designed a 12-month plan of action. I have set up social media networks, and I've got some really key ideas about how we're going to move this forward, so that the next plan, once the actual restrictions are lifted again, is to physically go and visit the venues and make sure that I can actually make myself known in a physical way, as well as the online presence. Yeah,
because that's what we were talking about in our strategy meeting, weren't we? It's the physical, getting out there, sitting with these venues, sitting with these planners, sitting with industry influencers to really gain their trust, so you then build your reputation and build your visibility. And that's what's really important when you become a celebrant, is to get that visibility. And that's obviously what we want for everybody that trains with the Academy of Modern Celebrancy, is to get that visibility and to build a successful business. So what made you decide to train with the Academy?
Okay, so I did quite a lot of research beforehand, and I spoke to several other celebrants. I just made contact with them to ask for some kind of help. There are quite a few number of courses out there, and whilst I wouldn't wish to diss any of the other courses, that would not be appropriate. They're very expensive, and actually not all of them deliver what you deliver. Some of them are very lengthy. And to have elements of the course that I actually didn't require. I'm fairly comfortable with public speaking, obviously with the writing side of things. I can use technology, and so many people recommended you. And then when I started to look into your website, I mean, you're just so professional. Everything is slick. you know, your brand is slick, it's really beautiful. So I looked up to you instantly. And that was, you know, the major reason why I came along. The course itself was so tailored to what I needed. Yeah. And, you know, your constant reassurance and contact with me has been exceptional.
Yeah, thank you. And what about training online? Was that something that you felt fitted in? Obviously, we've there's at current time, we're recording this at the end of May, and coronavirus has taken over our lives for quite some time. So online was something that you could only train online at the moment, but would you have trained online anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was quite used to using this sort of kind of technology, having been in international education. You know, you're dealing with, you know, one continent to the next sometimes. Yeah. So having this kind of level of training is excellent. So I would have done it anyway. It's been superb. You know, connections have always been really good. Yeah, great way. And actually, you can then, the benefit of this is that you've got the face-to-face as we're doing now.
Yeah.
Got time to actually sit and reflect and process the things that you've been suggesting that I need to do. Yeah. And then the option of contacting you at any time is there also. So yeah, brilliant.
Perfect, brilliant. Well, I've been so excited working with you and now seeing what's, you know, going to be your future. So I'm working on your brand, so I'm thinking about how you're going to market yourself, and obviously still having that dream of combining your business with your venue, which will obviously take place at some point once we can start moving forward again. So it's been an absolute pleasure, Julie, and thank you for coming on and joining me today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.